Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. What I really want to do at this point in time is open your minds to beyond your favorite fighter, beyond just the major events in boxing. And so how I'm going to go about doing this is I'm going to try and find the shortest, quickest way for you to be able to see some of the upcoming fights this year, but I'm going to also show you how many other fights are going on while that's happening. Okay? So let's look at the boxing schedule as given by the Ring Magazine for what is about to happen from now to the end of this year. In fact, I'll start with yesterday. So yesterday there were a couple fights. When I say a couple fights, I really mean that. Yesterday, Thursday, October 30th, as you can see, major event pro fights. There was one pro fight in Tokyo in the strawweight division, and there was another pro fight. There were two pro fights in Plymouth, Massachusetts. One was at the lightweight division, and another was at the junior welterweight division. Okay? Now, you can always go and find out what's happening and what are the next set of fights happening as a casual fan by going on to Google. So I'll just go back here and show you what I did. I typed in upcoming boxing fights in November and December. Okay, I did my search and I saw boxing schedule Ring TV. I clicked on that and I got this. Okay, so it's that simple. Alright, so I'm not going to go through all the fights, but what I will do is I will show you how many of them are happening on major events. Now, October the 31st, which is tonight, because tonight is Friday, and hopefully this video is coming out as we speak. Events are going on. I don't know if you remember this guy, Kiro Murat, but Kiro Murat fought Bernard Hopkins. His most recent fight was against Bernard Hopkins, in which he lost, but he was a big, strong fighter. He's a good puncher. He was knocking out everybody. And he's from Germany, and he's actually fighting tonight. Okay, and then you have some other fights. So you have the light heavyweight division, the featherweight division, and then you have the heavyweight division, all happening in Germany. But here's the interesting thing: this is happening in Germany, and guess what's happening? There's a fight in Russia. There's a fight in there are two fights in Australia in two different places. And one of those two fights involves Malik Scott. And for those of you who kind of vaguely follow boxing, Malik Scott was knocked out by Deontay Wilder. And if you follow Elie Seckbach, you would know that Malik Scott, he's a boxer in the gym of Goossen Gym, 10 Goossen's Gym. Okay? So, just something worth your while to think about there. But it was a heavyweight division fight in Australia, and there's a junior lightweight division fight there. There's another junior featherweight division fight in Argentina, and there's a light heavyweight division fight in Slovakia. So we have tonight, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 separate fights going on tonight in different parts of the world, and these are all pro fights at the highest level. Okay. Now, tomorrow night, Saturday, November 1st, it's going to be big because this is one that makes TV. It makes Showtime TV. And this is one of the first of many major fights that we'll really actually be talking about. The key word in here, the key people to really pay attention to are the people who actually have the championship fights, and the people who Ring Magazine, you see in the red ink, their rankings. So in the bantamweight division, Kamada is ranked number 8. So this is very important, and Kamada has the WBO title in the bantamweight division. So this is a key fight. I don't know Kamada, so even I'm going to learn more about this. I want to find out more about this fight, right? So I'm going to be looking up on YouTube or wherever to see this fight. Also, Funfora, who fought Stevenson, who was ranked number 8. He's the number 8. Ring Magazine's number 8 light heavyweight division boxer. He's fighting a guy called Ngumbu. Okay, And then another Kamita, he's ranked number 4 in the bantamweight division, so he's a little bit above Tomoki. He's fighting as well. All right. But on that same night, November the 1st, in Japan, there's a fight in the strawweight division for a title fight at that. There's a fight in Puerto Rico in the featherweight division. There's a fight in Mexico in the junior flyweight division for a title fight. And there's a fight in DC in the welterweight division. All right. November the 6th, in Bangkok, Thailand, there's a fight going on in the strawweight division. November 7th, Friday, November 7th, we have women fighting junior featherweight in the United States. And then in Australia, we have Bennett versus Pontius, junior welterweight division. On November the 8th, we have the mega fight between Bernard Hopkins and Sergey Kovalev. It's a unification light heavyweight division fight. It's going to be a crazy fight, and the cards are just great. We have Luis Abrego, who's known as an Argentinian power puncher, versus Saddam Ali, sure to have probably a knockout. We have number 9 ranked Mohammedi. I don't know who Demetrius Walker is, but it's a light heavyweight fight. And then we have Glaskov versus Wilson. That's a heavyweight division. So it's a relatively good card, but really the best part of the card is Hopkins versus Kovalev. But on this night, Saturday, November the 8th, look what's happening. HBO is the biggest, but NBC is having a bunch of fights as well. They're having a junior middleweight fight, they're having a heavyweight fight, and they're having a light heavyweight fight. NBC's in there. And then, not televised by American TV station, but they have in Mexico, they have a junior featherweight fight between a bantamweight and a junior featherweight, and another fight, a strawweight division fight for a WBA title for a strawweight guy. Then they have 4 fights in Germany, one of which is a super middleweight division fight with a number 3 ranked super middleweight. And then in Poland there are 3 fights. In England there are 3 fights. In Russia there are 3 fights. Right? So there's 1 here, and then there are 2 more here. In Sweden there's 1 fight. Italy there's 1 fight, and Texas, the brother of James Magdaleno, that very exciting, quick southpaw super bantamweight, is fighting against a reasonably worthy opponent in the lightweight division. Okay, so we have all of these fights, a lot of fights all around the world happening, and even in competition in NBC Sports competing with HBO on that night, Saturday, November the 8th. See how much boxing there is out there? And some of these fights you'll see on YouTube. Tuesday, in the middle of the week, you're looking at a fight in Belgium. Wednesday in Melbourne, Australia, we got Mundane versus Rabchenko. You guys who know Anthony Mundane, he was the IBF junior middleweight champion. He was beaten by Joshua Clottey, and Rabchenko is a pretty decent junior middleweight as well. So Mundane's fighting Rabchenko. That's a pretty decent fight in Australia. Okay. So my point being that, as you become deeper and deeper a fight fan of boxing, you're going to find yourself looking at these fights and getting more and more involved in them. I'm going to continue this video in the next video.